everyone. This is the Sunday Smorgasbord. It's untelling what I'm going to say or how I'm going to say it. All I can say is stay tuned and watch this because I have a lot to say. Okay, so as you know, it's been about a week since I've made a video, and there's a reason for that. Number one is because every time I try to make a video, my sound is really bad on this tablet. I am going to try to replace that at the end of this week, maybe. It depends if I get out to Walmart. If I don't, well, I don't. And I'm just going to take a leave of absence from YouTube. So if you don't see me for quite a while, I'm still working everything, and you know, grandbaby's coming, trying to get, you know, things here at the house a little more baby ready. We've kept Morgana. We're working with her very, very sharply. Her behaviors and aggression, I am just looking at her as a standpoint of a trainer and behaviorist, not the person whom she is accustomed to. So I'm taking a different hand with her. I'm going to see if it works. Right now I'm initiating specific words and words in commands that will allow her to be ready for a shock collar. I'm not just going to shove a shock collar on her and, you know, just start like that. What I'm doing is I'm using words, stop and no. And most of her aggression or bad stuff is when, you know, she's wanting to go out, she's on that leash, or she's wanting a leash, or she's out of her cage and she's attacking her sister, but not, she attacks her, but not super aggressive, but she wants to be the boss. So Morgana has a control issue. She wants to be in control, and that's part of her herding instinctual wiring that's in her head. So what I have to do is stop her from hurting me to the door. It's getting really bad. So that is when I'm going to initiate a shock collar. Now my husband has had it on. He has held it. He has been shocked, and he doesn't seem to think it's super, super strong for what we had it set on. So once I get her to start recognizing the sharpness of these commands when she's doing something incorrect, I give her enough time to decide if she wants to continue that behavior or not. We are going to implement a shock collar on her. It will not be used on her for any other purposes other than to stop this aggressive behavior that is just off the hook. It's off the hook. And that's all I've got to say. The veterinarians of the veterinarian techs were like, oh, she's not aggressive. Okay, well, number one, maybe it's environmental. Okay, I get it. She wants to herd mom to the door, but she wants to do it extremely aggressively, and if I'm not fast enough or if I don't move quick enough, she's on me. And I mean, I'm talking snapping teeth. Not only just barking, but snapping teeth, grabbing my feet, knocking into me. I had another bad fall, so I've got to be careful. I don't know what's going on with that. I do have an upper respiratory infection. Of course, I had to miss work because I had to let them know that my sinuses were infected, my ears were infected, and they sent me for a test. Of course, I didn't get to start my antibiotics until 4 days later, so then I was still running a fever, and I had missed another day's work, so I missed a whole week of work. Crud stuff, I don't have the crud. I'm negative, okay? So that's why once my test came out negative, I ran to the grocery store, and then I ran to the feed store because there were things I needed. And I do need to go to the grocery store sometime tomorrow, either before work or on the way to work. Okay, now I want to talk about winter ready. If you're not ready for winter yet, I don't know why. I'm getting all of my stuff ready to start plasticking and trying to really make all of my outside buildings super, super warm this winter. Now I do have an advantage this winter. I had an electrician come out and put wire to the duck barn and then to the coop. So they went through the cabana, and I have an outlet inside the coop, and I have an outlet inside the duck barn. The one in the duck barn I've been using because I did pull Franny from the major flock. Now, when I pulled Franny from the flock, she had not been acting right for about a week. You know, just real sluggish and slow. She's kept up with the tempo. She came in at night. She went out in the morning. You know, she was keeping up with the tempo. But then I saw what I thought was blood all over her. So I snatched her up, put her in a crate, set her up, got her, you know, her heat lamp in there. I even had it going before they had the electric run. I had an extension cord all the way out there so she could stay warm. I started a closer examination, and it looks like pokeberries. They have an area where the pokeberries were their, where they laid so that the hawks couldn't see them. So apparently she was up there and she brushed up against some pokeberries. That was a relief, but still, she's just not acting right. So I'm giving her the best attention that I can give her for a chicken. Frazzle and Friction have their own spot in the duck house now. They have their outside run has been fortified, and they also have a nice little nesting area inside the duck barn where I've put another feeder. One of these days I'm going to show you these feeders that I get from Tractor Supply. They're $9.99, not a bad price, $10 a piece. They are a rectangular feeder. They kind of sprawl at the bottom, and they have two areas, one for water, one for food. I've got several of them, and the reason I have them for Frazzle is because she wants to sit on the side of her eating vessels. So I had to come up with something very quickly, so I swapped one of the ducks ones for her, and then bought them a new one. So the ducks have two, and those two have two, and I need to get one eventually for the other girls, but they're fine. They have their own eating apparatuses up there, but they're super cool. They have them at Tractor Supply, and if you have a chicken that wants to roost on bowls or feeders and they're knocking them over, these are fantastic. And what I do for Frazzle is I put it on an incline, like I put boards or a log or little twigs or something underneath the one side to raise it up, so that way she can scoop, because she is eating with that crazy beak, and she's scooping. She is doing very well, by the way. She feels a little light to me, but she just constantly eats, so hopefully she's getting enough in her, and I'm adding supplements and other things to it, so she's doing fairly well. However, Friction is quite rough on her. He has started breeding her, or trying, and he is extremely rough, much like his father, Odin, because Odin is his father. Even though he is a Brahma Americana cross, Odin was his father. Odin is her father, but he's very much like his daddy. So when she lays a few eggs, I am going to take those and incubate them right away. I'm not going to wait for spring. I'm not going to wait for any of that. I've got plenty of room to have babies, a few babies from her, and this will be the second breeding for my experiment. So hopefully she will lay a few eggs here soon. Probably not winter. I don't know. She should be laying already. Some injured birds don't ever lay eggs, but I'm hoping she does. Maybe she's just a late bloomer. I don't know. But the only ones laying right now in my big flock is Precious, who lays pink eggs. She was my first one to lay when I got those girls, and she has been consistent. She hasn't really molted. She hasn't gone through any major problems, but I can find her pink egg every single day. And then I've got someone laying blue eggs. Two of my blue egg layers are laying, and I don't know if it's, I do know that one of them is Dove. Dove is actually Friction's mother. So that's why he's a little aggressive. I've realized that Dove is quite aggressive. She's my solid white Americana, and so we need to get a nicer rooster, I think, because I'm I'm hoping that the girls put him in his place. However, they stay right in front of his fenced-in area and show to him, present constantly to him. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So he's trying to breed through the fence, and then he takes it out on Frazzle, and I just really want a few eggs from her that are, you know, ready to rock and roll in the incubator. So that's about it for the animals. I think the ducks are doing fine. Wang and Lotus are just loving the heat lamp. They think that's the neatest thing ever. The only thing is it keeps everybody awake, and all night long when I take Morgana out, you know, it's just craziness. Okay, I watched a video today on not showing your preps, and I understood that, and I do concur with that quite much. I don't mind showing you hauls. I would love to show you like my kitchen cabinet, my overflow cabinets, but I would never show you my prepper pantries, because this is what I recommend. If you are a prepper, find other places to put your preps. Divide your preps into secret locations in your home or outside of your home. Somewhere where someone would come in, they might take everything I have in the kitchen. They might take everything I have in my extra pantry, but they are not going to take the time to start digging to look for food. Once they think this house has been gotten, you know, if it's a ban, they'll probably say, okay, this house, we've already taken everything out that we need, and they really didn't. So that's something you need to think about, is having areas in your home for your preps that are not easily found. I think it's very important. Let's see, what else? So make sure you start doing your canned goods. Make sure you're checking your dates. And come up with some recipes. Make sure you have some recipes for a lot of this food. Like, I have tons of Denti Moore. Things I can do with Denti Moore is I can make a la kings. I can make pot pies. I can make shepherd's pies with the mashed potatoes on the top and a little cheese. Yum, yum, right? So, things that you want to do with some of your canned goods, very important. I just bought some beets the other day. And I love beets, but I really needed to get some beets in my life. So, I need to start getting more beets, I think. I realized I didn't have very many sweet potatoes because my husband don't eat sweet potatoes. So I need to really buck up on some sweet potatoes, and I'm hoping that after the holiday sales, those canned goods will go on sale. So I need some canned goods. Now, as far as Thanksgiving meal this year, I'm not cooking a huge meal. It's just my husband and I. My daughter's getting ready to have the baby in the middle of December, so she's not going to be coming back out here again until she brings the baby, and we don't know how long that will be. So what I'm going to do is I've got some chicken breasts and some chicken legs. I've got all the sides I need. We're just going to have a very simple dinner, unless he goes to his family's house, which is fine. I'm not going. No. I will not be going. I just don't think it's safe. I don't think going to work is safe. But I have to do it. Okay, so sales. Sales are what you're going to do the best on. Now, this week at Kroger, there is a 5 times digital event. You do have to use your account and your digitals. Yeah. And I have some of them on here. That's not it. Last week's. Oh. The neighbor brought me up his stuff. Okay, so this week's newspaper. There were a few things that I thought were worth mentioning. This is it. I don't know where my new ones are. not right here. My husband has to move it. Anyway, it's a 5 times digital event. Make sure that if you go through your accounts that you clip those before you try to get those sales. Now, obviously, when you're walking through the store, you might see something that you didn't clip, but you think is a good deal. You can always, if you have it on your phone, you can clip it right there in the store, or you just go home and hit that and clip it and find a few more of the deals and go back a second round, but be careful. Always be safe when you go grocery shopping. Very important. I don't even want to go anywhere right now. I'm already stressed, depressed, and I don't want to be a part of it. I just want to stay here and do my thing, but obviously I can't do that. So a few things you want to do is, with things getting tighter, is you want to make your food go further. Macaroni is great to add to soups, chilies, other things like that. Meatballs, meatloaf, take stuffing mix. It'll make your meat go further, and it has a really good flavor and a good texture. A couple of little things there. Other than that, just keep stockpiling, prepping. Make sure you have all your medical. Make sure you have all your hygiene, all your daily needs. I just can't say it enough. People want to prep everything else, but they forget about their daily needs. What do you use every day? Go through your day, make your list. You wipe your butt, you use deodorant, you're washing your hands, washing your body. I hope so. Anyway, you'll have a great day, evening. I might see you tomorrow. It depends on how this video goes. Stay safe. Hugs from a distance. I really miss doing videos, but until we get a new tablet, going outside and trying to do a chicken video or a duck video, or even a video about, my new buildings is very difficult because it doesn't want to register very well with sound. You'll have a great day. Bye.